Welcome or welcome back to the Sinister Cabin. If you've been following us, you might recall our unnerving exploration of the Lutz family's ordeal in the Amityville horror house in a previous video. Tonight, however, the tale takes a sinister turn where our focus shifts to a different chapter of darkness, the tragic saga of the DeFeo family. Subscribe now, dim the lights, and join me as we traverse the eerie corridors of the Amityville horror house once more. The ominous tale of the Amityville horror house begins with a seemingly idyllic property at 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, New York. Little did anyone suspect that this house would become the epicenter of a chilling and mysterious story that has haunted the histories of American folklore for decades. Constructed in the Dutch colonial architectural style, the house stood as a proud symbol of suburban tranquility. With its distinctive gambrel roof and waterfront location on the Amityville River, the residence seemed like the perfect haven for a growing family. However, the tranquil facade would soon crumble, revealing the dark secrets that lay within. In 1965, the house became home to the DeFeo family. Patriarch Ronald DeFeo Sr. and his wife Louise, along with their children, moved into the residence, seeking a fresh start in this peaceful Long Island community. Ronald DeFeo Sr. was a successful car dealership owner, and the family's financial prosperity allowed them to live a comfortable life in their new abode. However, beneath the surface, cracks began to appear in the facade of domestic bliss. Born on September 26, 1951, in Brooklyn, New York, Ronald DeFeo Jr., also known as Butch, was the eldest child of the family. Butch grew up in a troubled household marked by dysfunction and violence. Reports suggest that he had a strained relationship with his father, who was known to be domineering and abusive. On the fateful night of November 13, 1974, the Amityville horror house transformed from a haven of peace to a gruesome crime scene. At approximately 6:30 p.m., Butch, then 23 years old, entered Henry's bar in Amityville, Long Island, New York, and urgently exclaimed, "You got to help me! I think my mother and father are shot!" Butch, accompanied by a small group, proceeded to 112 Ocean Avenue, located nearby, where they discovered the lifeless bodies of Butch's parents inside the residence. Joe, a friend of Butch, placed an emergency call to the Suffolk County Police Department. Upon investigating the house, the police confirmed the tragic discovery that 6 family members had been found deceased. The tragic scene that unfolded on that dreadful night revealed a chilling tableau. All 6 victims were discovered lifeless, lying face down in their beds. Physical evidence suggests that Louise DeFeo and her daughter Allison were awake at the time of their deaths. Strikingly absent were any signs of a struggle, intensifying the mystery surrounding the horrifying crime. As law enforcement delved into the investigation, Butch spun a web of conflicting stories, initially claiming that mob hitmen were responsible for the murders. However, under mounting pressure, he eventually confessed to the heinous crime, citing that he was possessed by demonic forces that compelled him to commit the murders. In the early hours of November 13th, while the family was sleeping, Butch DeFeo Jr. entered the bedrooms of his family members armed with a .35 caliber Marlin rifle. In cold blood, he murdered both of his parents, aged 43, as well as his 4 siblings: Dawn, aged 18, Allison, aged 13, Mark, aged 12, and John, who was just 9 years old. The siblings had been killed by single shots, while the parents had each been shot twice. The gruesome act shocked the tight-knit community of Amityville and left investigators baffled. What could drive a seemingly normal young man to commit such heinous acts against his own flesh and blood? The police investigation delved into the details of the murders, ruling out the possibility that the rifle used in the killings had been equipped with a sound suppressor. Additionally, no traces of sedatives were detected, dismissing any notion that the victims had been drugged before their untimely demise. It was a puzzling revelation, particularly considering Butch's claim during police interrogation that he had administered drugs to his family, adding a layer of complexity to an already confounding case. The dynamics of Butch's relationship with his father were marked by volatility, yet the motive behind the brutal killings remained enigmatic. In a disturbing twist, during his interaction with the police, Butch inquired about the procedures to collect on his father's life insurance policies. This unsettling inquiry became a focal point for the prosecution during the trial, leading them to assert that Butch's motive may have been rooted in a sinister desire to capitalize on the life insurance policies of his parents. In November 1975, Butch stood trial, and despite attempting an insanity defense, he was found guilty on all counts. He was convicted of 6 counts of second-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Despite the conviction, questions lingered about the true nature of the events that transpired within the walls of 112 Ocean Avenue. The complexities of family dynamics, financial motives, and the absence of a clear motive contribute to the enduring mystery of Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s heinous act that claimed the lives of his own flesh and blood. The Amityville horror story took an even more perplexing turn when, in December 1975, the Lutz family purchased the infamous house at a significantly reduced price. George and Kathy Lutz, along with Kathy's 3 children from a previous marriage, moved into the home, eager to start a new chapter of their lives. It didn't take long for the Lutz family to experience a series of disturbing and unexplained phenomena. The occurrences ranged from mysterious odors and eerie sounds to sightings of demonic entities. George Lutz claimed that he witnessed levitation, while Kathy reported disturbing visions and nightmares. The Lutzes also uncovered a hidden room in the basement, which George believed had been used for occult practices by the previous owners. As the paranormal activity escalated, the Lutzes sought the help of paranormal investigators, including Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned for their involvement in high-profile paranormal cases. The Lutz family's terrifying experiences inside the horror house attracted widespread media attention. The story became a sensation, fueled by the best-selling book, The Amityville Horror, by Jay Anson, published in 1977. The book recounted the Lutzes' alleged encounters with supernatural entities and the demonic forces that plagued them during their 28 days in the house. The success of the book led to a string of films, documentaries, and adaptations, solidifying the Amityville horror as a cultural phenomenon. However, skepticism surrounded the authenticity of the Lutzes' claims, with many speculating that the haunting was a fabricated tale for financial gain. Others believed that the traumatic events surrounding the DeFeo family murders had left a permanent imprint on the property, creating a psychological environment that influenced the Lutzes' perceptions. The Amityville horror remains a subject of fascination and speculation, with countless theories and debates about the true nature of the events that transpired within its walls. Whether one believes in the supernatural or dismisses it as a hoax, the Amityville Horror House stands as a testament to the enduring power of a chilling tale that transcends the boundaries between reality and the supernatural. The house at 112 Ocean Avenue underwent numerous renovations and changes in ownership over the years. Ronald DeFeo Jr. spent decades in prison, maintaining various versions of his story over the years. On March 12, 2021, he died, aged 69, while serving his sentence at the Sullivan Correctional Facility in New York. The cause of death was reported as natural causes, and DeFeo Jr.'s criminal legacy remains a dark chapter in true crime history. Thank you for joining me on this chilling journey through the dark history of the Amityville Horror House. and the tragic events surrounding the DeFeo family. Don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling tales. Hit the like button if you found this video hauntingly intriguing, and let me know in the comments which sinister stories you'd like me to unravel next. Until then, stay curious, stay cautious, and I'll see you in the next unsettling episode. Sweet nightmares.